Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this interview that I did with Dave Dictor earlier this year in October of 2018. It's a little late. It was a little bit of a timely interview, but I still think there's a lot of cool information in this. I guess I just wanted to go through a couple things before you guys all listen. This interview was originally recorded for me to convert it into an article, a feature story, and publish it somewhere. However, a few days after recording this interview, I actually had to go to Costa Rica. And while I was in Costa Rica, my plan was to edit it all up, transcribe it, and I got that far, but then my laptop decided to fail, the entire hard drive, and I was left with no laptop or sort of computer to finish this while in Costa Rica, and therefore I wasn't able to really get it published in time, and I was also very busy while in Costa Rica, so I'm still releasing it now that I've got a little extra time on my hands here in December of 2018. But I wanted to let you guys know a couple things about this story before we get into it. First of all, this interview, as I said, was recorded in more of a press style. Therefore, I didn't really record it as a podcast, quote-unquote, style. So you will hear a lot of noise in the background and people talking and such. I also wanted to get into a little bit of the story of the show. MDC were originally supposed to play at a venue here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. But there was a few people in the community that found out the name of the band, Millions of Dead Cops, and for whatever reason they got scared and decided to get the authorities involved. The venue decided not to put on the show, and so they canceled it completely. Several people communicated, including a lot of strangers, people that didn't even know each other, and found a way to get a hold of MDC and turn the show into a house show. So I want to also say thank you and props to all those involved to making this show happen. It was very last minute, as it all took place the day of. In a matter of hours, it was able to come true. So that's super awesome that the community was able to come together and make this happen. Also, during the show, I recorded the whole set with my camera. So while you're listening to this, I decided to throw on that video so that you can watch and listen at the same time. Again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And here's me talking with Dave Dictor of the legendary punk rock band MDC. So you finish here in Rapid City with the Punk the Vote tour that started on September 15th. It's a lot of dates. I know there's been a lot of added dates since like the original tour flyer as well. As an overall statement, like how did it all go?
Went really great. We played 17 southern shows, and we really wanted to focus on places off the beaten path and places where punk doesn't ordinarily go too often to, and hence we played places like Nashville and Memphis, and we played Roanoke, Virginia, we played Wilmington, North Carolina, we played Chapel Hill, we played Falls Church, we played Atlanta, Georgia, we played Corpus Christi, we played Harlingen, Texas, we played Bryan, Texas,
Okay.
and so a lot of places that doesn't see punk rock, and there was small, medium type scenes, but it was really great. And we were trying to organize and register people to vote, and get people on the no Trump, no KKK vibe, and I think it was successful in that.
Yeah, it kind of also leads me to the kind of next question, which is, of course, it's Punk the Vote tour, and I know like the message was like, hey, go fucking register, go vote, like this is important. I guess like from your statement, or from a statement from you, I should say, like why is it important to vote, especially in the midterms elections?
Well, I'm a voter. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. We're in a fucking very weird, unique part of human history. This planet is threatening to kill itself. And it's really, there's a war going on between the haters and the people that have a new vision for a society that's tolerant, that's aware of women's rights, aware of everyone's rights, and the whole traditional white male thing, and the economic injustice thing is addressed. And there's been a lot of push towards that. There was Obama was an African-American president. And there's a lot of people out there just cannot stand that. They want to go back in time. The really sad part is there's all these poor and lower middle class and middle class people that are Trump people and Republicans. They somehow think they drink a beer watching Trump on TV, it means they're one of them, and he's ripping them off really bad, and which one we want to go on the road and talk about it. And I feel like we do from the stage every night. I've got pledges to vote from. I've been getting about 20 to 30 a night.
Okay.
And I have their emails, and I'm getting in touch with them, and I'm gonna make them precinct captains. I'm gonna get them to get their grandmothers, their brothers, their sisters, their co-workers to all go vote. And I'm just a little drop in the bucket. I'm in Michael Moore's army. I really love Michael Moore.
There you go.
And I really think this is a unique time in history to get off your ass and do something.
Yeah, definitely.
Not act like, oh, it doesn't really affect me, because it really does.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I mean, especially in this time of age of technology, it's like you don't even have to leave your home at this point to go vote. So
Right.
yeah. So going back real quick though, is there any good stories to tell from this long tour? Any specific
Well, yeah. We played Roanoke, Virginia, and the Ku Klux Klan and these alt-right groups wrote threatening messages to the promoter, who is a trans woman named Deanna. She stands very tall up against these people, and they forced her. The bar that she was going to do it at said no, we're too scared. Blah blah blah. She reported it to the police for threats. Got it in the paper, and then she hired security, and we played the show. And it was a nice packed show, and you take it for granted. We live in these little liberal communities like Portland, Oregon, or Austin, Texas, or wherever you might be, Chico, California. I don't know, Rapid City for that matter.
Yeah.
But there's a fucking lot of haters out there, and especially in like places like rural Virginia, and that's where Charlottesville is. That's where Jerry Falwell Church is, and it felt good to be in solidarity with our people who have to deal with those. Haters. Yeah. Fucking haters. 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I get back and my tour's over. We sit around Portland, where you can't, there's some racist shit that goes on, but usually it's people that come from out of Portland, and the Portland scene rises up and fucks with them. But there's just, Roanoke, Virginia is a really weird, scary place.
Definitely.
It's a lot of good people, and just a lot of old ways of thinking.
Yeah. So, going more local, this is MDC's fourth time playing a show here in the Black Hills, according to Brian.
Right.
Is that correct? Double
Yes,
check
it is.
here. Okay, cool. For an area not known for its punk scene and roots, what are your thoughts and connections to the area?
Well, we're very, Brian, we're friends with Brian, we contacted, but I love the Sioux Indians. I'm aware of Chief Joseph, the battle of the United States government trying to annihilate them.
Yeah.
A Little Bighorn. We've been out to the Crazy Horse Monument and Museum, and I feel connected to South Dakota in that weird, like, even though I've only been here maybe 6-8 days of my life. I feel connected. In the shows we played here, I've had Native Americans come up and sing with me. Brian has been a warm host. We've had some really good times with him. And I'm a global citizen.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I might live in Portland or San Francisco or Austin, Texas, like I have in the last, 20 years of my life.
Yeah.
But I'm a global citizen, which means I am Rapid City, and I am Sioux City, Iowa. I am New Hampshire. I am Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah, definitely. So do you have any stories? Of course, you said Brian's a good host and all, and you've had good times. But do you have any specific things to talk about from like the past times you've played here?
Well, I think the war on drugs is fucking ridiculous. Brian himself gets in trouble for marijuana. It's just like, stop it. Stop all the war on, marijuana.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Happy to say I'm from Oregon. We've legalized marijuana along with California and Washington. You don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Police see it on you, smell it on you. It's like, have a good day. It's like going back in time when we travel in these states. And, we were some places where we were in Malaysia or somewhere. They caught you with a piece of hash you could be facing 10 years in prison, and really draconian stuff. And it's just ridiculous how they've pumped up all this fear. Three strikes you're out. Throw all the money that's been wasted on the war on drugs. It's just astounding. Along with the war in Iraq.
For Brian Cold Skullets 10 years ago. That I
Yeah.
That was one cool thing that Brian let me do. But then I haven't seen him since. The dude gets arrested.
Oh,
But he'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're probably not going to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the drive is. Spokane. We have a day off, but it's pretty much.
Yeah. Are you guys going straight back home then?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
We're stopping in Spokane. But we've been home. We haven't been home in a while. It's good to get home.
Yeah. I've seen the tours, and like I said, I've seen dates been added. I'm like, damn. Going a little back here. After reading your book, Memoir of a Damaged Civilization, Stories of a Punk, Fear, and Redemption, you noted that when you were first getting into songwriting, you were a country songwriter. Do you still dabble in any country as far as listening goes, or do you dabble in any writing country?
I still do every now and then, and Mike and I have, I don't know, we have a thing called Mike and Dave Country.
Okay.
It's MDC, Mike and Dave
yeah.
Country. And we have new songs along the line.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you call them necessarily all country, but we have one called Zombie Love. We have one called, we have a sad one about Mike's brother passing called Shitty Day. We have that aren't in the MDC electric set.
Oh,
so,
what's up?
We're open to all kinds of music.
Yeah.
Actually, I face it. There are some people who are never going to go hang out in a punk rock club, and I'm going to make music for everybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's second graders or it's old age home people. I want to make music that enchants people, and I find if you have good chords and good harmonies and good lyrics, it carries the day. We played together at Rebellion Fest in England, and people were very enthusiastic and give us all kinds of love. And, and it's just it's one is worth silver, one's worth gold. And, So I'm still a country boy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It depends on what you think sucks. But there's some good shit in every style. Music is very broad. It's the only international language. You can read a piece of music on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
It's the only one language that us humans have that's international. And that's probably what's going to probably bring world peace, I hope. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the only language that the whole world uses.
Yeah. Okay, so for many punk music listeners, punk fans, punk scene in general, you are considered a legend in the genre. So I've got to ask, and I mean, feel free to not answer any of these if you've already been asked this on tour. I don't want to write the same thing as a fucking other journalist. So what are your thoughts on the modern punk scene right now?
I love it all. I know some people are going to sing songs about their girlfriend, about, things that, not Johnny was a Nazi, not no Trump, no KKK. But I think we're all in this big mosaic, and whether they like it or not, punk rockers is a culture that we created, and it's out as a subculture.
Yeah.
And just being punk is inherently political in itself. Everyone's got their role to play. I don't tell people, oh, you need to do this, or like that. I have an affinity for people who are screaming for for social justice, and songwriters and artists who can convey that feeling without being redundant or patronizing, but really fresh and clever. So I'm part of the whole punk thing. I think we all work tandem together. I love Green Day. I love I love any average punk band that we play with, and they may not be so political. They may be blah blah blah. I'm just happy to be alive. And
Definitely.
I mean, unless it's really offensive. Evil or hating. They got to sing what's true to them.
Yeah. As many MDC interviews include a statement on politics and current society, would you like to make a statement for this one? Anything recent specifically that you'd like to touch on?
The Trump administration is one occurrence after the other. Whether it's reversing all the global warming things to like pumping up the military budget to historical levels, and just his racist, and sexist kind of banter that goes on.
Yeah.
And fake news, doesn't believe in the truth. I think the whole thing is affronting. It shows what the hypocrisy of the evangelical community, that they support Trump even though he's such a fucking fraud. And what I see is there's a whole billionaire class of people who are all about they don't care about countries, they care about their wealth and stealing the wealth and hiding it away and using it for their own, not to share with the globe, but for their own power and benefit. And I think social justice is going to have to help these people learn to share. So it's not like 10%, 1% of the richest people in America control 80% of the stock market.
Yeah.
Which is what they do.
Yeah. Okay, so MDC recently collaborated on a track with Cleveland, Ohio hip-hop artist Alien Iplaya. Do you have the story behind that?
You already know about that.
The hip-hop artist? Yeah. This guy came to a show in Philly. He sang a song with us. He asked me if he could work for some other stuff. I'm not sure exactly what he did with some of it.
Oh, okay.
But
my bad.
But he came to our show. We did a song together.
Okay.
And people say, and I'm all for people. There was a reggae band. They were gonna do a reggae John Wayne. I was like, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I want.
What was that? The big festival that we played where we did the ecstasy. The big festival, the Groove Fest.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They were called. They were from Bristol, England. They were called, but they were cool guys. And we met them. We met them at the Boomtown Fest.
We should have done. They wanted to do a song though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And we should have. I should get in touch with them. We've been so busy. We've been on the tour for 4 straight years. This year we're going towards 135 live shows.
Wow.
Plus, Mike and I do our own acoustic shows and book readings, and we do.
TV shows.
We're just. I'm gonna take some time and see where we are. Try to work on our acoustic album. Try to spend time raking the coals and writing new songs, and because we've been on a hectic schedule, and just kind of bring it down a couple of notches.
Okay. You guys have just announced, actually, a stacked card of a show coming up in December with Dead Kennedys, TSOL, and the Dwarves at the UC Berkeley Theater.
That's right.
Do you want to talk about that? That's a pretty big show.
It's the whole thing is, Biafra won't be there, but there's a secret going on, and that's I've been asked to ask Biafra to come, maybe sing a song with us, and try to get him to sing a song with the Kennedys, because it's really horrible that the best band in punk rock, it ever was, won't work together because they're angry. I'm just hoping magic will happen. I'll let you know.
Okay. Am I okay to publish that part specifically, or should I leave
Go
that
ahead.
out? Okay.
Publish it.
Cool. Sounds good. Just want to make sure. All right. So, little bit that you answered, but what's next for MDC, and what is next for Dave Dictor? Sleep.
I'm dreaming a lot of different stuff. I don't want to say everything about that, but I'd like to go in new outrageous directions. Maybe, have more of the same, but also considering working with another vocalist, a female vocalist, and have that kind of a male-female thing. I gotta get my band into it, but I'm really ready to not live in the hardcore self of me from 30 years ago. I'm ready to create a new world and shell the old, which means have a new look and a new fresh feel in the shell of the old MDC.
Yeah, and you would say art needs to in general too.
Humans have to evolve.
So I'm gonna come up to you.
Well, no, I mean, as far as like a planet, there really isn't any fucking real such thing as borders or countries. To me, it's just people getting controlled by power, money, or whatever. And if they can look past that and understand only a little percent of it is the people controlling the masses, it could, possibly be like just a whole unit. Hopefully someday And, you know, fucking, hey, brother, on the other side of the, you know,
Yeah.
world, you know, and giving each other a hug and fucking, hey, you know, it's like one big family, but we have to have the whole bad, good, you're wrong, I'm right bullshit that, you know, separates everything. And it's money, power, and greed. And it's
Yeah.
only, you know, it's all fucking control, too, you know? I don't know. I hope one day people fucking rise above the fucking small percentage. It sucks that the cops are brainwashed and you can't do anything about it. They were shot and trying, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what happens. All we can do is just keep writing and creating and hopefully change some minds or two. And yeah.
Perfect. Well, sweet. That is all the questions I have. Unless, did you want to talk about anything that you'd like people to know? Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much for
Masturbate, smash the state,
masturbate, smash the steak,
and enjoy life.
and enjoy life. You've heard it here first.